Oh, you got to love that intro music. Shout out to Mike Hamilton and Zach producing. That's so good. Monday, March 30th. That is the date. I am your host, Corey Dickman. Welcome to the Rip City Roundtable podcast. We are here to talk Portland Trailblazers. We're coming down the home stretch. All right. We're going to dive right into this. If you haven't been watching or paying attention, because who's to blame you, right? The last some odd seasons haven't been so great, but here we are with something to play for. Okay, so get excited, Rip City. So if you haven't been watching, paying attention, start paying attention. As of today, March 30th, Monday night, the Blazers sit a raucous 38 wins, 38 losses. We're back to 500. We beat the Washington Wizards last night. Yes, it's a we. We are all a part of the team here. Slaughtered them. I can't remember the score off the top of my head, but the Blazers scored a lot and the Wizards did not. The Wizards did not give up 83 points, however, to anybody on the Blazers. So just as note there. But Portland pulls within a game and a half of the Los Angeles Clippers in the standings. The Blazers are in the play-in. Okay, so again, if you haven't been paying attention to the Portland Trailblazers or the NBA for the last couple seasons, really since the bubble, when they started this play-in deal, if you're in the 9th or the 10th spot in the standings, you get to have a chance to make the playoffs. And the Blazers are smack dab right there. This was one of the ways the NBA was trying to keep teams like the Blazers from not tanking, right? Just to throw games away, even though we probably should be tanking, but that's another story. We're here for the play-in. So it keeps teams involved. It keeps teams trying. And here we are. We're trying. We're one of those teams. All right. So that's what the play-in is. The Blazers, it's not the playoffs. Don't call it the playoffs. It's the play-in. So I'm going to explain how the play-in works. Again, you all probably already know this. But before we do, we have a sponsor. One of the main reasons why we're back here for the stretch run and hopefully for a nice series in the playoffs, Kalshi, a predictive market app, they're incredible. You can lay trades on anything, not just stocks. You can do a trade on what you think the weather's going to be. But most importantly, you can trade if you think the Portland Trailblazers are going to win or lose basketball games, and you can make some money doing it. Because in Portland or in Oregon, where a lot of our listeners live, you know, you can't download the old FanDuels and DraftKings of the world, and that's okay because you got Kalshi. And so if you get on Kalshi, you do Kalshi.com/Blazers Edge, you get $20 on your first trade. Get on there, create an account, check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's a way to just have fun tracking with your Blazers. All right. So, for example, tomorrow night, you know, we have they do percentages here. So I know there's the old lingo in some of these old sports books that people might think, oh, you do it with Kalshi. That's not what this is. We're making trades. It's all about odds and percentages. So the Blazers sit at about a 40% chance of beating the Clippers tomorrow night. Okay. This episode will air. It'll probably be tonight. Okay. So I shouldn't say tomorrow night. Take a chance. Throw some money on the Blazers. Let's see. Trade them. Put your $20 down and let's see what happens. I am, of course, picking the Blazers. I know this is a road game in LA. They got the Wall. They got Ballmer. They got Kawhi Leonard. I don't care. Give me the Trailblazers tomorrow night or tonight again when this episode's dropping. Check out Kalshi. You can see it here in the ticker if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple, all the podcast platforms, Kalshi.com/Blazers Edge. There'll be a link in the bio and the description. Check it out. Create that account. So let's get rocking and rolling. So the way that the play-in works, 9 versus 10 will play each other. And the winner of that will play the 7 versus 8. Whoever loses that one, whoever wins, which is currently, let's just use some facts here. Okay. The Phoenix Suns are most likely going to finish in the 7th spot. It would be very, very unlikely. There are 4 games in the loss column behind Houston for the 6th seed, and they are 3 games up from the Clippers in the 8th spot. The Clippers are in the 8th spot. So Phoenix is probably your 7 seed, right? They're locked in. The juicy part is that 8th seed. So right now that's the Clippers, but Portland, we are 1.5 games back. We're 2 back in the loss column, but that's what makes tonight's game so important as we play the Clippers. But if let's say it stands as it is, let's say Phoenix plays the Clippers, and then we would play Golden State, who at this point, I think they've just kind of mailed it home. Let's be honest, Golden State's kind of mailed it home. Although Curry could come back, everyone could come back, and that could be a really exciting game, but we should see. But we would play Golden State. If Portland wins, they would await the loser of Phoenix Clippers, and then the winner of that game would be the 8th seed and get the gift of playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, presumably. Could be the Spurs, most likely will be the Thunder. So what a prize. That's great. But you know what? That's playoff basketball. So the last stretch here, Blazers are 38-38. That means there are 6 games left if you're doing math here at home with me. We're back 2 games in the loss column. We got to catch the Clippers tonight, tomorrow night, whenever you listen to this podcast. On the 31st of March, the Blazers go down and play the Clippers in LA. This is probably, okay, I'm going to make a few points here. Again, I like to keep these quick. I know we're all doing stuff, so let's just try to move through it, okay? The Blazers, honestly, I looked this up in case you forgot, really haven't played a meaningful game. And when I say meaningful, I don't mean, a couple years back when we had to lose in order to try to get a top 3 pick, right, when we wanted Wemby. Or, this is a rivalry game and we showed up and played the Timberwolves really well or whatever. I'm talking about meaningful, okay? So someone could say, we were in contention for the NBA Cup, which is another new thing if you haven't been watching the NBA in the last few years. And we had a chance. The Blazers had a chance to make it to the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. We lost to the Spurs, who hasn't lost to the Spurs. But I don't count that as meaningful. The NBA Cup's fun and cool, but not meaningful. I look at meaningful as playoffs, and we have a chance, right? We're going to the playoffs. What is a meaningful game? And ladies and gentlemen of the Rip City Roundtable podcast audience, I hate to tell you this, but it's been since the 2020-2021 season. Okay. That's 5 years, everybody. 5 years. I have a kid who's 3.5. My son, Ellis, has not been on this earth to feel an important Blazers game, which is very sad, and I hate that for him. It was 21 playoffs. We were against the Denver Nuggets. If y'all remember correctly, this was Lillard's really last hurrah. If I remember correctly, the Nuggets were without Murray. I want to say they didn't have Murray in this. We were the 6th seed, but there was a lot of buzz around Portland upsetting Denver in this series because we had a full team for the most part, and Denver did not. And it's not how it panned out. Jokic took it to us. They won 4-2. And then we move into 27-55 was the next season. 33-49, 21-61, 36-46. Obviously, there was a Lillard trade in there. We started tanking, trying to get better draft picks, yada, yada, yada. Point being, tonight against the Clippers is going to be the most meaningful game the Blazers have played in 6 years. 5 years. Call it 5 years. I'll round down. Get excited, Rip City. Okay? I know we're not in the playoffs yet. It would be so nice to be able to catch the Clippers. If we could get to that 8 spot, then we're in a 7-8 matchup in the play-in tournament to get to the 7 seed and avoid the Thunder, which I know the Spurs are still terrifying, but they're a young team. Give me the Spurs. I don't know. Maybe Scoot Henderson just kind of leaps out of his shell and says, you know what, Victor, I should have been the number 1 pick in that draft. I'm going to take over this series, and who knows? Like, I'm delusional. We all can be delusional, but it would be really exciting. So this is a huge game. Come out for this game. Watch this game. It's on NBC Peacock against the Clippers. It's a 8 p.m. start, p.m. Pacific time. This is going to be it, man. And the Clippers are no joke. Like, they might be the 8th seed, but if you remember, or maybe you don't remember, they were 15 games under 500 this season. 15. That's crazy. Like, that is wild, that the fact that they are now 39-36, they're 3 games up. That's an 18-game difference in one season, which is wild. And they have made a trade. They got rid of James Harden. They have Darius Garland now, who's playing much better with them. Kawhi Leonard has had just I don't want to call it a breakout season, because that would insinuate that he's like a young up-and-coming guy. but he's had a season where he's been healthy relatively, and he's playing really well, 28, 29 points a game. He's guarding well. This is the scary Kawhi that this game will be really tough, but it'll be exciting to get into it. It's just fun to have a meaningful game, people. Meaningful game, okay, against the Clippers. So this will be fun. I'll list off. We have some injuries. Jeremy Grant may have gone down with a season ending. I don't want to presume things. They say they heard the pop in quotation marks on the calf. So we don't know what his status will be. It looks like he is out, though, for the Clipper game, but I don't know what the status is moving forward. Vit Krejci, the mid-season acquisition from the Atlanta Hawks, the shooter, he looks great on the court. I don't know if you haven't been watching. His stats don't, I think, paint the full picture. He's a great shooter. He moves well, passes well. I think he's been really eager to try to prove himself on this Blazers team, but he will be out. Blazers are still waiting for the return of Shaedon Sharpe, who, was it February 20th, something like that, 24th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. They said he'd be out 4 to 6 weeks. That's pushing it right now. We're at that 4 to 5 week mark. They've said probably it's a season ending. It's like a stress fracture, stress reaction. Maybe he comes back, because I think if the Blazers were going to make a run in the play-in, potentially push a 1 or a 2 seed in a playoff series, and push, I mean, take a game or two, or maybe win it. But they would need Shaedon Sharpe for sure. But in this game, the lineup, Toumani Camara, I mean, the games they all had against the Washington Wizards, which is not indicative of the season, we almost won by 40 points. Camara has been played well in that game. We have Denny. In Denny, we trust. We need Denny, so we have Denny there. Klingon has been just outstanding this season. Should be in consideration for most improved player. Drew Holiday, if Drew can just stay healthy and kind of floor general this thing. Drew is our steady. He's our constant out there. And then the wild card is Scoot Henderson, right? Who has been playing so much better in the last 10 games, right? There's been some stinkers in there, right? There's been some games with bad shooting performances. He did not play particularly well against Dallas the other night, where the Blazers dropped that game. But most overall, though, shooting percentages have been up there. The point total has been there. Really, though, if you're going to judge Scoot's performances at a point guard position, you watch the turnovers. The last some odd games, 2 turnovers, 3, 0, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. Like he's been taking care of the ball, not forcing it. And if we're going to have a good Scoot Henderson, I know that's more than just one game against the Clippers. We're hoping we have something else out of Scoot that's more long term. But for now, let's just keep it steady. And so it's been tough on him. I know he's going to get the most ridicule out of any player on our team because of where he was drafted, because when he was drafted, when Lillard left and was traded. But he's missed 50 games this season. I mean, he missed so many games with the hamstring that really coming on now is probably where this would have been if we were 10, 15 games into the season. So Scoot's been playing well. And then, you got your bench guys. You got Chris Murray, Rob Williams, Matisse, Blake Wesley, who started off the season really well, Sidney Sissoko, some of our guys that can get out there, okay? It's just tough. It's tough when you don't have Shaedon. It's tough, when you're missing Vit, who again was a good midseason acquisition, and then Jeremy Grant. Like, you throw those guys coming off the bench. Or if Shaedon starts, you move Scoot back to the bench. I don't know how Tiago would play that, but that's not a bad. That's a wily team, and everyone, most of the NBA pundits out there like to say Portland's a fun team to watch, right? When we are, we are. But we gotta. I think if we want to have a serious, I hate to just call it a run in the playoffs. Like, we got to get this game against the Clippers. Show us, Portland Trailblazers, that you can come in, go to the LA Clippers, and win a meaningful game, a road game for the first time in 5 years. Most of these guys weren't on the team 5 years ago. Okay. In fact, I'm going to say Shaedon. And this is totally me off the top of my head. I think Shaedon was probably the only guy on the Trailblazers 5 years ago. Okay, maybe. Was that the year he was drafted? So let's go win a game. Let's go win a Clippers game. Get excited, Rip City. Okay, 6 games left in the season. It starts with the road game at the Clippers. Do your Kalshi account, kalshi.com/Blazers Edge. Get your $20 free trade. Throw it on the Blazers to win this game. Double up your money and then start doing more trades because we got more games to the rest of the season. You got to play in that is going to be a wild. I'll get to that when we get closer to it, but that is going to be a wild atmosphere. I hope it's going to be a wild atmosphere. I might fly back for that. How about we do Rip City Roundtable podcast live from Moda with our partner Kalshi there live for that play-in game, home game. I mean, if it's a 9-10 matchup, it'll be a home game. If it's a 7-8 matchup, we would be on the road, but I'm hoping we would win that. And so we would have a home playoff game, and I'll come fly to that. So this is exciting. It's been a weird season. You know, we came into this as Blazers fans thinking, here we go. Here's another tank. One more tank, right? I think I had one more tank season in me. Okay, this is a great draft coming up. I was prepared for one more bad season. It probably should have been a tank season, and I was ready for it. And then Denny shows up and comes and just shows out. And Donovan just takes another step. And Drew Holiday says, you know what, guys, I'm not washed up. Show me. Let's go. You know, Tumani has been a steady, I would say, maybe not the leap we all wanted as Rip City Roundtable Nation here, but has been steady. He's been healthy. You know, he's been playing. And then let's see if Scoot can come in and shake things up at the end of the year. So it's not the season I expected, but it's the season we got. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Again, try to keep it quick. I'm trying to get in the rhythm again. The fact that the Blazers are in the play-in, we got a meaningful game, it gets me excited. So thank y'all so much. This is your quick update on the Rip City Roundtable podcast. Get excited for the Clipper game. Check it out, NBC Peacock. Root on your Blazers. I will touch base with you on the other side. And don't forget, I'll say it one more time because we've never had a sponsor on the show, right? So we got a sponsor. Let's do it. Kalshi, get your trade in. Kalshi.com/Blazers Edge. So much fun. Good luck, Portland. Go down to LA, get the win. And as always, it is a great day to be a Blazer.